Hi, welcome to Story Time for the week of November 29th. This week, I thought we'd make a bear holding a pot of honey. If you'd like a bear craft kit, you can pick it up at the library while supplies last in the children's room. Please give us a call if you have any questions. The number is 973-538-6161. Our first bear story is Bear Says Thanks. All alone in his cave, Bear listens to the wind. He is bored, and he misses his friends. I could make a big dinner, a feast I could share, but he looks through his cupboard, and the cupboard is bare. Then Mouse stops by with a huckleberry pie, and the bear says, "Thanks." Bear says, "Goodness me, a delectable pie, but I've made nothing," he adds with a sigh. Then they hear "Heidi-ho," and they both see Hare with a big batch of muffins at the door of the lair. Hare hurries in from the cold rushing wind, and Bear says, "Thanks." "Of course," says Hare. Then he points to the door. "Here comes Badger. He's got even more." "Brr," says Badger as he tromps inside. He sets down his pole and he smiles real wide. "I'm back from a stroll at the old fishing hole." And the bear says, "Thanks." Then Gopher and Mole tunnel up from the ground. "We have warm honey nuts. Let's pass them around." There's a flap and a flutter and a flurry in the den, when in flutters Owl with Raven and Wren. "We have pears from the tree, and herbs to brew tea." And Bear says, "Wait." Bear mutters and he stutters and he wears a big frown. Bear sighs and he moans and he plops himself down. "You've brought yummy treats. You're so nice to share. But me, I have nothing. My cupboards are bare." Mouse squeaks, "Don't fret. There's enough, dear bear. You don't need any food. You have stories to share." His friends hug him tight. "It'll be all right." And the bear says, "Thanks." They lay out their feast on a quilt on the ground, and the bear takes a seat while his friends gather round. In a cave in the woods, in a warm, bright lair, the friends feel grateful for their good friend Bear. They pass around platters, they tweet and they chatter, and they all say thanks. That is, Bear Says Thanks. Our next story is Honey. And let's see if we can get the pages not to stick. It was his second year. I'm back. His stomach growled like another bear. He dug and he scraped for things to eat. He remembered honey. Warm, golden, sweet, clear, slowly flowing, spicy, aromatic, sparkling with sunlight. Honey! But it was too soon for honey. He tried to forget, but the warm grass smelled as sweet as, and the sap seemed as sticky as, and the meadow as golden as, and the stream as clear as, and the berries bursting like honey. But it was too soon for honey. The days turned hot and still. Clouds cracked and grumbled in the heavy sky. With a rush came the rain. He had forgotten how good a rain could be. It splattered on his head and shivered down his back. But and after it was hot and still again, but still not time for honey. Ouch! Busy bees don't like to be bothered. He soaked his muzzle in the water. It was good and cool. He lay back and watched the fat clouds trundle by. Then he found a waterfall and was very busy for a long time. One day he heard a buzz, and in a flash he ran. It was time for honey. Warm, golden, sweet, clear, slowly flowing, spicy, aromatic, sparkling with sunlight. Honey, just as good as he remembered. He lapped it up and licked his paws for a long time. The nights grew cold and the days grew crisp. And a sleepy bear sat and remembered the summer and thought how good it had been. And that was honey. This one is Lily and Bear. Lily loved to draw. She drew cats and girls, birds and, and boats, and houses and hearts. She drew the sea and a pirate ship and a teapot. She drew tricycles and a banjo. And then she drew Bear. Lily loved Bear, and Bear loved Lily. Lily took Bear by the paw. They attended royal tea parties and sailed carpeted seas. They did Lily's favorite things and drew big pictures. Then they raced around on tricycles. But best of all, they sang really loudly while Bear played the banjo brilliantly. Lily loved Bear, and Bear loved Lily. After a while, Bear sat down. He didn't want to attend royal tea parties, sail pirate ships, or ride tricycles anymore. Bear wanted to do bear things. Lily loved Bear, and Bear loved Lily. So Bear took Lily by the hand. They picked huckleberries and ate them from Bear's paw. They caught slippery, jumping fish in the river. They did Bear's favorite things and scratched their backs on a knotty pine. Then they rolled down the mountainside. But best of all, as the stars started to shine, they sang a real quiet song while Bear gently played the piano brilliantly until it was time to sleep and dream their next adventure. I love you, Bear. I love you too, Lily. And that was Lily and Bear. Our craft is a bear holding a honey pot. So what you're going to get is a bear body. You're going to get a muzzle, his little muzzle, 2 paws that you're going to put over because you're going to put the honey pot down, and then you're going to put the paw over the honey pot so it looks like he's holding the honey pot. And then you're going to get a piece of honey that's dripping down on the pot. And the other things you will get is a little nose and 2 little inner ears. And when you put it all together, you get a bear holding a honey pot. Enjoy making your craft. Bye-bye for now.